Take 17.
We're doing.
So we toss these.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one we're doing.
I'll take that.
Are we actually? So we're.
Yeah. I pretty much get cut out everything I say.
As soon as Mike opens his mouth, I get ready to cut it. So, anyways, this one's Wigle. It's a Pittsburgh distillery. This one's straight rye. Matt and I were drinking this before he left.
You gotta pour it with the.
How did he like it? I know that he's not particularly a rye guy.
Yeah, he was really happy with this one though. I don't drink a lot of rye, even though our company drink is in Manhattan.
Or Manhattan's traditionally with rye.
Yeah,
that's it.
We were at the Breslin last night, and the bartender was like, "What kind of bourbon you want with your Manhattan?" I'm like, "None, like not bourbon. Can we just make a regular Manhattan?" Maybe I'm totally wrong. I don't know.
Are we on camera right now?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just not like I'm just gonna bullshit about stuff. So cheers.
I was supposed
Cheers.
to call my sister back, but I didn't. Cheers.
Call it back. We'll edit it out.
It smells great.
Oh, I like that a lot. This reminds me of Kings County bourbon.
Really?
It is
A
sweet.
lot,
It is
actually.
sweeter, I think, than other ryes. Rye's supposed to be kind of funky, like maybe a little musky. I do get that. It's not super sweet.
Nice.
This one's Jennifer. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're not cheap. They're good quality
Yeah.
drinks. This one's just interesting. I don't even know if it's Jennifer style gin.
That's
Barrel
gin?
rested.
That does not look like gin.
We've married the flavors of our organic rye whiskey grain mash in oak whiskey barrels. Yeah, so it's gin
And caramel coloring?
aged in oak whiskey barrels.
Really?
There's got to be coloring involved, though, right?
No, I don't think so.
What happened?
Unless it's just, I mean, maybe it's the coloring, like, residual from the whiskey barrels.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you can try it. I mean,
I didn't realize they produced gin there. So I was reading on Wikipedia right before. This is like the first distillery in Pittsburgh since like the 1920s. Since like the Prohibition era. It was named after Philip Wigle, who was a hero of the Whiskey Revolution. So during the time period when in 1791 or something like that, when the government was heavily taxing whiskey, they stood up against like George Washington and all them, fought for their right to have untaxed whiskey. So if you grab like the Lager Bullen bottle, so I didn't know this, but the reason that there's this little like thing at the top, this bump, is it slows the flow of liquor so that you can control the pouring of it.
Oh,
so it's like
that actually makes a lot of
speed
sense.
bump basically.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a speed boost.
Like
bump.
you can tip it over quickly until it gets to there, and you kind of know.
Yeah, and
So
then
Japanese is just like boop. You know, they don't care. They're not slowing down.
I don't get this. This is great.
cool
This is
looking
good.
bottle.
It's
I
gonna
like
be
that one a lot.
it's gonna be gone, I think, by the end of this video, and then I don't know where to get it anymore, except for Pittsburgh. Maybe Oka can bring it again.
I'm sure you can get it.
Can you get online? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I think you can.
No, but this stuff has, it's kind of like all the things that I like about Kings County, whatever it is, and with my maybe unrefined palate that makes me want to drink Kings County. I could totally just stock a bottle of this for.
You guys remember during the like the hurricane prep, like leading up to the hurricane?
Sandy?
Irene?
Hurricane Sandy, yeah.
Irene?
I remember Irene. No, Irene was supposed to be big, and then it wasn't. It was
Oh,
totally
yeah.
Right, no, Sandy was.
So I had like a Irene hurricane preparedness kit, and it was just all sorts of whiskey.
Also, okay, it hit us too because I remember
snowstorms, right?
that snowstorm was so big.
I don't think so. You're right. We should name snowstorms.
Yeah, we don't
name
name
snowstorms.
Do it.
This one is Jonas, I believe.
Jonas.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard
Named
someone
after
saying Jonas.
Winter Storm Jonas. Yeah.
Okay.
They alternate guys and girls' names, I think.
That's how they do it?
Yeah.
It's not alphabetical?
And I think it's the same cycle with hurricanes. So, like, if there's a hurricane in September, that's a female name, and there's a snowstorm in December, is the next storm.
Yeah,
and I think
so
the next storm is
male name.
Wait, so
I think.
wasn't it like Irene and Sandy? Weren't they back to back, or was there another?
There
one?
was a Hugo.
There was
Earl.
Hugo.
Earl was one.
Irene.
There was Earl, and then Earl, because Earl ruined my trip to the Caribbean.
Oh,
And then there was Irene.
Right, okay.
afterwards.
Earl was in August, right? August, September?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
I remember our plane. We called them. They're like, "Look, we're not flying that."
Right.
Obviously, right? So like your show is delayed. And then we called the hotel, and they're like, "Yeah, and like we're the only hotel on the island with power, so just come tomorrow." So we flew, and then douchebags, but
That's crazy.
we were the only ones in the resort. So a lot of people left. Most people who were at the hotel, they left because they knew what was coming.
Yeah.
And we showed up and there was nobody for a week.
Wow.
It's just us. It was awesome.
like you.
We're going to a nice restaurant and everyone's like, all the staff was like,
These guys.
it's like one guy here. I gotta go fire up the grill for them. It was really good.
Where was this?
Yeah, your own island, basically.
That was at the Ritz in St. Thomas. And so you're at the Ritz and like the rest of the island's decimated. And you're like out in a catamaran. Like all the palm trees were just ripped in half and they're all sideways, like missing their shit.
Handful.
You can actually own an island as like a normal, not
Like
a normal
like
person,
a millionaire
but
could own an island.
Yeah,
Like,
not a dentist.
I
but-
think that the lead singer of 311, which like
That's
they were
pretty
big,
cool.
they made some
Well,
money.
Nick Hexum.
Nick Hexum, like I think he owns an island. Like
That's a good way to.
off
That's
North
a good way
Carolina
to
or
spend
Florida or
$300 money.
somewhere.
Yeah.
You could buy one on eBay, I remember.
Really?
Yeah, you used to sell islands on eBay. I'm not even making it up.
Yeah. Apparently, the economy is more approachable recently. I don't know what the fee is.
So next week, remind me, Dip and Tucker. We'll bring some Dip and Tucker.
Yeah.
It's nice stuff.
Yeah.
Nice stuff with a
I
beautiful
just want to
bottle.
see that bottle.
It's a really great bottle. It's a really nice bottle. And it's pretty inexpensive. My friend, so I had a house party, remember? And my friend brought me this bottle of Bib and Tucker, and it looks really like it's really this cool like classic looking bottle, but it's got like a parchment. It looks like designed like parchment, like a label.
But isn't the glass like this huge embossed glass design?
Yeah, embossed glass and everything.
Right.
It looks
Not
really
like-
good. So I thought it was really expensive, so I hid it in my bedroom. Like I don't want to give nobody this.
Okay.
Until I
I
figured out
totally
the
had-
situation.
I do that
That's
too.
at house
Yeah.
parties.
It's like McAllen 12 is in the living room, McAllen 18 is in my bedroom.
Yeah, I got
that
that. Yeah, I put some up above my cabinet and then some underneath the
Right,
cabinet. that are
exactly. I could do that too. Like I could have like the bottom shelf of my liquor cabinet be like the place where I put the stuff that but I kind of like having it like separate.
On display.
You can make bourbon outside of Kentucky, but I don't think you can call it bourbon if it's outside of the United States.
Scotch is like that, where
Yeah.
they have like some kind of legal thing over in Scotland,
Right.
where it's like if it's not produced
Right.
there, you can't call it that.
Yeah, the Japanese stuff
Sue
is
the
not
hell out of
Scotch.
you.
It's
Yeah.
It's
Japanese.
basically Scotch.
It is
but
Scotch.
it's
It is in
not-
fact Scotch.
from
but it is
Scotland,
not.
yeah.
It is not a named Scotch.
Right,
because
right. Scotch also has like more regulations around the ways that you can treat it.
Oh.
But Japanese does other stuff. Like this stuff, the hibiki, they mature this or they maybe finish it. I'm not sure which part of the process, but they put it in eventually into casks that they had previously used to store plum wine. So the cask has this like really sweet component to it. They probably just finish it because if they aged it, it would be way too sweet. But if you know that and you know what a Japanese plum tastes like, then you'll get the flavor. You kind of like I kind of
So
get
you
it's
can,
like such a subtle,
Yeah.
you know. But Scotch, you'd never be able to do that. You can only do like certain things. As far as I know, I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
that makes sense. I can only imagine it.
There's a new one from Suntory because they like this one doesn't have any age on it. It just says single malt Miyagi-Kyo. Usually, the one that we drank at Matt's place the other day was Miyagi-Kyo 12. They also have a 15.
Oh, okay. I don't think I had that.
And they have I think they have a 20. I've never had the 20. I've had the 15 and the 10 and the 12.
Okay.
But they started doing this because they don't have any aged stuff left. So it's just like it's younger. They're mixing it with younger stuff. And they have another one called the Chita. It's Chita. And it's another distillery from Suntory that they had only used to previously to make what they had blended into the hibiki. So the Chita's is what had supplied the hibiki previously, but since they ran out of other stuff, they started producing this like I don't want to say lower quality, but younger.
Younger, yeah.
It's younger. It's definitely a different flavor entirely. It tastes like honey and lemons. It's like not like Scotch. It's just very, very different.
Yeah.
Sounds like my day. I like that.
Yeah, it's really good. We drank a bottle in Japan, and then we brought a bottle to one Masters after I got back from Japan.
Cool.
So it's really good.
Oh wait,
It's
no,
much
I
different.
was at that one.
Yeah, it's really yellow, right?
Yeah.
Like it's super yellow.
Brings up another question. So, how do you guys feel about like whiskey-based cocktails? And like, do you make them? I know you make some here and there, right?
Well, we made the company drink was Manhattan.
Yeah.
We called it an Attack Manhattan. It was effectively a black charcoal infused Manhattan.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, with black.
I drank a
So
lot.
black cherry bitters, like an actual black cherry. The hell cherries did we use? We used those really nice cherries.
Maraschino?
They
It was
were
maraschino
they
cherries,
were,
yeah.
but they were like this Luxardos. They were the Luxardo cherries. So super thick. Yeah, or really heavy.
Had a really good taste to it.
I think I may have
Yeah.
only gotten like one of those, and then they ran out of them, and I was like,
that happened to me
Yeah.
too.
Alcohol.
You know.
So that's the mix from the party. We still have some left, but I just put it in this old. This is.
Oh
old,
wow, that's the
Japanese
Manhattan mix.
That's the Manhattan mix. Yeah.
Wow.
So the vermouth is like gotten a little sweeter since then. I don't know what happened to it, but and the charcoal I think settled off. There's not. You can't even see any charcoal on there really. It's like
Yeah, it doesn't.
maybe
It looks
a
like it
little
is
bit,
either
right?
so mixed in that it is perpetually mixed in, or that it has settled off.
It's just a solution now. I think.
Because it doesn't look like it's at the bottom. You know.
Goodbye from the good people at Attack. Keep drinking whiskey. Stay positive.